destiny.
Every time it's on everything, the life you choosing, I'm cheddaring. No matter the form of the weaponry, gotta keep stalking my destiny. Time's getting worse, I'm bettering. My sickness secure, ain't no tethering. I ain't gon' stop till I rest in peace and they put support on my great lettering. Every time, I ain't lay back unless I'm in my 300. Circle is little, cause I keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm sorry when I'm on it. 100% ain't enough, I get 200. Every time, know what I'ma run from. I'm that one opponent, you don't want none from. Manual van where my strength get pumped from. So what's the lie to a child of God? Standing toe to toe, hot now. The Lord is with me, you can't fight the rock. I got the sauce, you want out of high. The destiny mine, I'ma stalk it out. The strength is having, you just bought it out. Your giant carcass, I'ma walk it out. You gon' be wishing that you wouldn't have come, y'all. Cause every time be on that throw down, let's get us a showdown. Come and get some, I got another go around. Big as it is, so hard they go down. Since destiny something we can't change, but quitting will stop you from great gains. And faith will make capable great things. I done decided to break pain. Lives around and call me on my A game, so speed like the A train. The path that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. I'm by myself, I don't gang bang. When you wanna get in, I'm down every time, not just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but yo, I got 10,000s. God gave me dream doing that, I would chase them.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making it up, but I won't lose my. Cause I'm still stalking my destiny. I'm still stalking my destiny.
What up, what up, what up? Good afternoon, BFam1096.com. How y'all doing? Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you are tuning in. Welcome to Tea Time with Tarah, live and on air. I am your host, Tarah M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Here we discuss business and Bible basics. We believe you have a voice and it needs to be heard. And with Stalk Your Destiny, we're letting you know that everything you want to become, you already are. If you haven't already, head over to my YouTube channel at Stalk Your Destiny. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I go live or post a new video or short. You don't want to miss those things. And also share it with somebody. We're here live every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, I am Tarah M. Williams. Welcome to Tea Time with Tarah, live and on air. All right, y'all. Let me know and get in the chat. And also share, y'all. I don't tell y'all to share enough. I don't ask you to share enough. But if any of these messages resonate with you guys, please do share with any of your people. Just share on your platforms as well, so that somebody else can be blessed by this also. And I don't know if I said it in the intro, but we are business and Bible basics, and we do believe that you have a voice and it needs to be heard. And so this is a way for me to share my voice as well, but for you to have conversations about what's being said also. So let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know how you're doing. I'm tired today. I hope you guys brought your favorite drink, a notepad, a pen, something to write with. And just a willing heart and mind today. Y'all know I don't be practicing these messages, so I have no idea what we're in store for today, even though I do have my time sheet for my time with God. And so let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know how you're doing today. And I feel like I'm starting to get a little stuffy, so if I say a lot, please excuse me because I'm trying to breathe, okay? Let's go ahead and go into our affirmations for the week. Now, sometimes, y'all, when we do affirmations, I was doing them with my sons the other day, and I was trying to let them know how to do affirmations. And what I love about doing work with my sons is that it helps me to help others even more, because children are going to ask the questions they don't know about, they don't understand. They're going to make you look at things differently. And so with affirmations, you can start with how you feel, and you can improve to how you want to feel. For example, we do I am, I have, and I will, right? And so if it says I am having a really bad morning, right? Because I try to encourage you guys not to say the negative things, but you can change it by the end of your affirming, right? I am having a really bad morning. I have to think positively, right? And I will, this is just an example, and I will put my best foot forward. That's just a way that if you're having a bad day or a bad morning or whatever it is, and you want to change the trajectory of it, that's how you use the affirmations to do that. Our affirmations for today are, I am expecting God's overflow of blessings in all areas of my life. Okay. And so, with that, too, y'all, be sure that what you are declaring and affirming in your life, that you're getting in right position for those things, to receive those things as well. I am expecting God's overflow of blessings in all areas of my life. Okay. So, make sure you have the capacity to hold that. I have everything I need and more for this day. How many of you all get up each day and say, okay, I'm going to tackle 3 things and just focus on those things? I am someone who's like, I used to, I used to have a whole list for the whole week. I'm gonna do all these things in this week or whatever. And then I've done away with the list sometimes as well. I go back to it now, but with this season that I'm in my life, I barely use my things to do list on a weekly basis. Not right now. But today when I woke up, I said, okay, Tara, we're gonna do laundry, we're gonna wash hair, we're gonna make breakfast, we're gonna have some tea and check in with me emotionally. We're going to do my show today, and we're going to work on a client book project today. So, in doing that, right, it says, I have everything I need and more for this day. Sometimes only focusing on what you need to do today keeps you present in your day. It keeps you mindful in your day, and it keeps things light for you. So, knowing that you have everything and more that you need for this day, you also tend to stress less about tomorrow. And I know the Bible tells us not to worry about tomorrow, but tomorrow will worry about itself. Okay. And so I am expecting God's overflow of blessings in every area of my life. Number one, I have everything I need and more for this day. And then I will come out of this battle with victory. I don't know how many of you are in any type of battle. It could be mental, emotional, it could be relational, it could be financial, it could be just life. It's tough for you, or work is tough for you, whatever the battle is, health wise, that you're facing. I will come out of this battle with victory. Whatever it is you're pushing through today, I hope you come out of it with victory. And today will be a praise day. Today will be a praise day. Be sure to declare what kind of day you wish to have. You really could declare it as soon as you say, thank you, God, for waking me up this morning. Today's going to be a whatever that type of day, or I am open to receiving X, Y, and Z today, right? Or I'm open to serving whatever, right? Whatever it is you need from God, an encounter with God or something else. Be sure to declare what kind of day you're going to have. Because as the mind thinks, the body follows. Most of the time, as the body thinks, as the mind thinks, the body follows, unless we second guess ourselves, unless we change our mind or challenge those thoughts and not follow it. Okay. And so those are our affirmations for today. I'm expecting God's overflow of blessings in all areas of my life. I have everything I need and more for this day. I will come out of this battle with victory, and today will be a praise day. Be sure to do your affirmations every day or every week, or just as often as you need to do them. And if you haven't already, you can check out the Tea Time Daily Journal. I'll tell you more about that when we get to my website information. Okay, for now, we're going to go right into our food for thought quote for today. I told you guys for the next several shows, we're going to be using food for thought quotes from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I'm using that because I've used it in my life. And it's also something that's very important to share with you guys, especially with business and Bible basics. Some of these quotes from this book. If you have not read this book, I do suggest you read it at least once a year. I'm thankful for the people that have told me to read it as well. But it's mind changing, which is life changing. Okay, you have to do the work though. So our food for thought quote here today says, the turning point in the lives of those who succeed usually comes at the moment of some crisis through which they are introduced to their other selves. The turning point in the lives of those who succeed usually comes at the moment of some crisis through which they are introduced to their other selves. You know how people say, man, I didn't know you had it in you. And you're like, well, I had to do what I had to do. Or they're like, oh, I didn't think you would come out of that. And you're like, I barely came out. I barely made it. right? But I pushed through. And so your other selves, it's just like when you're at the point of breaking or you're at the point of giving up. Um, and y'all should know by now, if you have been an avid listener to this show, which thank you for showing up every week as well. If you have been an avid listener, you know that like crisis for me can last seasons. Okay. And yeah, you can have great days, you can have good days, but that doesn't mean that the crisis has ended. That means that you're just navigating it as well as you can, right? And so here, using a crisis, not using a crisis will shape you sometimes, and sometimes you have to change your mindset in how you're looking at it. Sometimes, like let's say it's a paradigm. That's what I'm if you are watching this, I'm moving my hand as if I'm holding a diamond. And I should have brought a diamond down here so you could see it, a big diamond. But you need a paradigm shift when you're facing crisis and you're just in crisis and you're at the point where you want to just throw in the towel. You're at the point, which I told y'all, I was at that point. I've almost thrown in the towel so many times. But y'all know that my company is known as Stalk Your Destiny, and stalkers just do not quit. They are relentless, they are resilient, right? They don't quit. And so, even no matter how many times I'm down, and I hope that no matter how many times you get down, I hope that no matter how many crises you face, that you allow those situations to do what they need to do to strengthen you, to awaken you, to cause you to be more compassionate, more understanding, and also to build you up, to come out of it more confident. We come out of crisis so defeated sometimes that we don't even celebrate that we made it. And I know that may be weird. Like, how do you celebrate you made it out of a crisis? I don't know. I'm not really big on celebrations. I'm learning to be I'm learning to celebrate more. I'm big on living your life and living it well, right? But in terms of celebrating each milestone or each win, going through a crisis is hard. And so, yes, I don't care if you come out of there barely breathing. I don't care if you come out of your crisis with hair loss and weight gain. And listen, y'all, it's getting real personal up in here, okay? Hair loss, weight gain, okay? Your confidence chipped away at, image chipped away at, okay? All of those things, you made it. You made it. You're alive. You're breathing. You are well. Okay? That is worth celebrating. And we don't put enough, we just don't put enough emphasis on how important it is to say, I'm not there anymore. Thank God I'm not there anymore. You know? Some people would insert a praise dance right there, but sometimes a praise dance just ain't enough. When you make it out of your crisis, it's because your other self wouldn't let you. It's because whatever you needed to pull on from within, you were able to do that. And so, with this, the turning point in the lives of those who succeed usually comes at the moment of crisis through which they are introduced to their other selves. Sometimes we have to allow God to strip away everything we thought we were and everything we thought we were going to be and how we thought our lives was going to be, and then learn how to just be and find the beauty in that, and find the beauty in who he is calling us to be and shaping us to be. Because when the things are coming off, it can be hard. It feels like, what the hell, right? Why are you just taking everything away from me? Why is everything being removed from my life? However, the beauty of it is when you see that none of those things benefited you positively, you, the whole person. Okay. And so allow your crisis to be the things that change your life for the better. Allow your crisis to be the things that make you succeed or cause you to succeed. If you need more information on that, y'all, too, look up celebrities who, like Eric Thomas, right? Who use recessions to make it. They made it. Like, the economy was horrible, but what's it called? They say recessions make millionaires. Recessions make millionaires. So look it up for yourselves, okay? And it's not all about the money. Again, it's about the whole person that you have to become in order to elevate in your life to the next level. and succeed. Okay. It takes work, and it takes our 2026 word of the year, which I have not said a lot at all, but it's transformation is what it takes. Okay. So we're going to go into where's my other phone? Yeah, I think I left my other phone. Okay. So our devotional for today is coming from Ecclesiastes chapter 3. Give me a minute to pull that up on my computer because I have no idea where I put my other phone. And I'm going to read that, or at least a part of it, okay? Ecclesiastes 3. Why? Because there's a time and a season for everything, okay? There is a time and a season for everything. And I know I told y'all I was kicking and screaming here in this season of life. Kicking, screaming, waiting, breathing, crying, whatever in this season of life. But also understanding that there's a time for everything. So Ecclesiastes 3 says this. It says, there's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. Okay? And I'm going to keep going here too, because I really just want to share this with you guys. What do workers gain from their toil? I have seen the burden God has laid on the human race. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, that each of them may eat, drink, and find satisfaction in their toil. This is the gift of God. I know that everything God does will endure forever. Nothing can be added to it and nothing can be taken from it. God does it so that people will fear him. Whatever is has already been, and what will be has been before. And God will call the past to account. And I saw something else under the sun. In the place of judgment, wickedness was there. In the place of justice, wickedness was there. I said to myself, God will bring into judgment both the righteous and the wicked. For there will be a time for every activity, a time to judge every deed. I also said to myself, as for humans, God tests them so that they may see that they are like the animals. Surely the fate of human beings is like that of the animals. The same fate awaits them both. As one dies, so dies the other. All have the same breath. Humans have no advantage over animals. Everything is meaningless. All go to the same place. All come from dust and to dust return. Who knows if the human spirit rises upward and if the spirit of the animal goes down into the earth. So I saw that there is nothing better for a person than to enjoy their work because that is their lot. But who can bring them to see what will happen after them? Okay, and that's Ecclesiastes 3, y'all. I just read the entire thing. And what I wanted to share with that is that everything is a rhythm. Okay? Anything you're doing is a rhythm. You're going to work because the work connects to this, right? The work connects to the bills you got to pay. The bills connect to the life you want to live. The life you want to live connects to the house you want to have, the car you want to have, the children you want to have. There's a rhythm here, right? It's a dance that we have to do with life. Okay. And I had a thought about this morning too. Personal thoughts about this morning. And the thing about it is, if everything is a rhythm and people want reciprocity, well, if you want me to dance with you, don't you have to be dancing? if you're not dancing, then how do I join this rhythm with you? Meaning that whatever it is you're hoping to gain from someone, you ought to be giving to someone as well, because it's a rhythm, right? It's a give and take. There's a flow. There's a time for this and there's a time for that. Everything was the opposite, right? There's this and that. There's this and that. And so we have to come together with those things. It's a rhythm. Life, living your life daily is a rhythm. How you connect with others is a rhythm. I pour out here, and I hope that with this rhythm you pour out somewhere else. I hope you pour out too. I hope you show up too. Okay? But I can't just show up here. I got to show up in the rhythm of my life too. So I have to show up here on the internet and show up in my real life. It's a rhythm. Okay? And there's a time and a season for everything. And that's really hard to digest, because sometimes we want the time and seasons to be what we feel like we need them to be, when we feel like we need them to be. And oftentimes, if we just accept what it is, it makes it easier to navigate. I don't have forever to stay on this topic, but I'm speaking to me as well as you. Understanding what it is, right? Identifying the season that you are in makes it easier to navigate, makes it easier for you to understand the timing of things, even relationally. And I don't mean just romantic relationships, relationally with your family, relationships with your coworkers, right? Relationships with your friends and loved ones, right? With those things, I always say sit at the foot of understanding, because we're all in different seasons. And you could be in the season to build people up, or you could be in the season to tear people down. You could be in the season to where you have it to give and you don't, or where you're shedding things, right? I talked about shedding old skin recently. Okay? And so identifying the season that you are in is what is it's the helpful point, I will say, for the lack of a better word. That's the pivotal point right there. Okay, that's where you pivot when you understand, this is the season of my life I'm in. I sat yesterday actually to talk about animals. It's funny to talk about animals in Ecclesiastes 3 and how we have the same fate as the animals. A local church just literally that I belong to, literally yesterday, had faith in the wild. So we had service and activities at the zoo yesterday. At the zoo, right? And so identifying what season you're in your life, I think I just wanted to share that part. Okay. We were literally at the zoo yesterday. Oh, so we had a women's group get together yesterday as well. The women's ministry got together at one point, and we got into a group and everything. And we had to identify some things where we needed God to help us, some areas where we needed God to help us. And the thing about identifying the season that you're in is that you can identify where you need help, what you need help with. And then also by identifying it, you can accept it, not sit in it, but just accept it like, wow, I really do need God's help with this. Wow, I really am struggling with this, or this is really where I am in my life at this moment. And from there, you can get up and go forward. From there, you can get up and say, I watch cartoon movies, animations. I watch animations quite often. Okay. And one of the movies I recently watched was the movie called Sing. And even in that, one of the main character, the main character was, I forgot his name, but he just was saying like, if he was already at rock bottom, there was nowhere else for him to go except up. And even though he was at rock bottom and then he failed again, his best friend reminded him, if you're already at the bottom, there's nowhere else to go but up. And so if we keep that in mind, in the season we're in and in the rhythm of life that we're in, and find your flow again. Okay. I don't care if you have to go slow. I don't care if you have to go fast. I don't care if you all over the place like I am sometimes, because physically finding a rhythm, like with people that want to exercise and things like that, but you have physical limitations, right? That to me is, I have to find a rhythm that works for me. And right now there is no one rhythm. So it's like going from okay, you can do this today, to you can't do none of that tomorrow, to oh, baby step it here. And then, oh yeah, we're back. And then we're like, no, we're not back. So, but in that, you have to do it long enough, or like my mom says, if at first you don't succeed, try again. She said that when we were kids. I don't know how often she says it, but she said it when we were children. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Okay. And so find your rhythm and don't worry about what your rhythm looks like to other people. Nobody gives a damn. Everybody has their own rhythm. Like, stop being worried about what other people think about you and do what works best for you. Um, because when you're gone, what they gonna do? What's best for them? Okay. If people are not helping you or supporting you along the way with what you're doing, let them go about their business. Like, do what you're doing, but you keep on and keep focused, because you have to find your rhythm. Okay. And that's for you. That's not for them. That's for you. All right. So again, I'm gonna wrap that up because, like I said, I don't know what God wants to do with this whole show today, but we're gonna keep it moving. And so the affirmations, the food for thought quote, and the devotional were already not planned, but I see that God's trying to get some messages across. So I hope you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. And if you want to know more about me, more about my books, my planners, you want to see podcasts or interviews that I've been on, or you want to invite me, I mean, come on, invite me to speak. You can visit my website at www.stalkyourdestiny.com. You can also, from there, you can become a sponsor by scrolling down the page or tab that says live and on air. If you scroll down there, it gives you information about our sponsorship packages. Starting at just $50 a month, you can become a sponsor with this show. And going up to as much as you want to discuss over time. But you can do that on the live and on air tab at www.stalkyourdestiny.com. You can also hit the donation tab. If you just want to make a donation, you say, Tara, I love the show. I don't really want to become a sponsor, but I would love to donate. You can hit the donate tab on the website as well and donate any amount that you please. The donations do go towards expansion for the show, airtime, fees, and me showing up, or anything like that. It goes to this show. And so thank you for considering donating and doing it. Thank you for considering sponsorship. Also, let your employers know as well. If you love the show and you think that they would benefit from being a sponsor here, please do share the information. But more than anything, check out who I am, what I have to offer you all in terms of books, planners, information, and partnership opportunities through sponsorship or making a donation at www.stalkyourdestiny.com. And now we're going to run an ad from one of our sponsors.
FDA-approved GLP-1 weight loss pill. Weight loss has never looked like this. Now you can live lighter by losing weight. People taking Wegovy pill lost over 30 pounds, and some lost over 47 pounds. The power of Wegovy now in the palm of your hand. Weight loss with Wegovy isn't a shortcut. It's a way forward.
Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are breastfeeding, pregnant, or plan to be. Stop taking and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or any of these allergic reactions. Serious side effects may include pancreas inflammation, gallbladder, or severe stomach problems. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with diabetes, especially if you take medicines for it. Call your prescriber for vision changes, heart racing at rest, or any mental changes. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Side effects of nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea can lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
Live lighter by losing weight and keeping it off. Get started for less. Ask your prescriber about Wegovy pill today.
All right, that was a word from one of our sponsors. Now we are at our business topic of the week, y'all. Our business topic of the week for this week is investing in home. And the ABC to Stalk Your Destiny word that goes with that is balance. Last week we talked about accountability and investing in yourself. Now we're talking about investing in your home and balance. And so where these words are coming from for our next several shows, is actually coming from the very first year of me teaching Tea Time with Tarah, having the community gatherings in St. Louis, Missouri. And so in those gatherings, I ended up writing a book called Permeate based on those teachings. And so that first year was all about investing in things. It was about stepping into your wealth. Okay. And I utilized the ABCs to Stalk Your Destiny, which is also one of my books. This book wasn't even written then, but I had utilized the ABCs to Stalk Your Destiny in order to teach these different things. And so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you all, the topics with you all. So again, you can go to the website and get a copy of the ABCs to Stalk Your Destiny, a copy of Permeate, if you like to go more into what it is that we're doing or what I'm sharing with you guys. Okay. And so investing, and also I have to get used to saying this because it's coming up, and I just want to keep reiterating. I have no idea what I'm doing for it, but 2026 does mark the 10-year anniversary for Tea Time with Tarah, y'all. It started as a community gathering. It grew to be not just with women, but it grew to be for men. It grew to having what I call grown-up conversations where the men and women get together. Even though they had Tea Time with Tarah separately, we also did grown-up conversations together. I have done Tea Time with Tarah brunches annually. And also leadership, Tea Time with Tarah leadership in the schools, or, things like that, which really is connected with ABCs to Stalk Your Destiny. But I've done both leadership wise and more talking things through with young people as well. And so this year marks our 10-year anniversary for Tea Time with Tarah being a public gathering, being a public share, I would say, because Tea Time with Tarah started with me. I don't know if I even know if I shared this, right? Let me share this since we're talking about investing in home. Tea Time with Tarah started with me at home, okay, in 2014. That was privately, right? It was just me. I didn't start it publicly until 2016. And I cried that whole year because I was starting to go through a divorce and then got divorced. So that was that. But at home, Tea Time with Tarah began when I was a mom of, I think 2014, I had 3 little babies, one brand new baby, one 1-year-old baby, and a 2 or 3-year-old baby. So my sons are stair steps. And so basically I had 3 little babies at home. I was a stay-at-home mom and wife. And I had no time for me. No time for me. So investing in home, right? Investing in home, everything I had went to my kids. My time went to the house. It went to making sure that the babies were changed and cared for and eating. And I mean, 3 little babies hanging on to you at the same time. There was no time for me. And then in the marriage at the time, I had lost my identity by 2014, I believe. So I wasn't even considered, in my own life. I wasn't even considered. And so I needed something to save me. I needed something to save me. And that was, if I could have 5 minutes a day, then it was a good day. I was okay. Okay. If I had 5 minutes a day, I was okay. And in that 5 minutes, what I would do is I would put a cup of water in the microwave, run and take a shower, come back, make the tea and drink it. Literally, I only had about 5 minutes, y'all. I really had to take a really quick shower and do that. And if I could do those things, have a cup of tea and take a shower, then I had a good day. That's how my crisis was, y'all. That's how tough it was at that time. That's where it started, investing in home, right? Well, that time turned in from 5 minutes to 15 minutes. And in the 15 minutes, yeah, I took a longer shower a little bit, but here I am taking a little bit longer shower, letting my tea cool down just a little bit, because at the time when I was married, my husband would say, you drink tea boiling hot out of the pot. And I didn't realize it. And I really was drinking boiling hot water. And I didn't realize it because I needed something to soothe my nervous system quickly. And so I didn't realize that until I started telling people, like, oh yeah, I only had 5 minutes and I was drinking that tea down. It wasn't cool. It wasn't cool at all. So 15 minutes, I would let the tea sit a little bit longer, take a little bit longer of a shower. And then I started getting on Instagram, encouraging others. Like, I hope you see the sunshine today from where you are. I hope you smile today. And really what I was doing was I was trying to encourage me. My investment in my home was to my heart. I had already given everything to my husband and my kids. I already didn't matter. So now I'm going to give out to the world because this is what I can do. You know, this makes my day at home a better day, right? So that's what I would do. And in investing in my home, and here I wrote finding balance in work and home, right? I had to find a balance in existing because I didn't at the time. Like I said, I lost my identity. So it really didn't matter about me. It was just like, I need a shower, I need a cup of tea. These babies need X, Y, and Z. The husband needs X, Y, and Z. The world needs X, Y, and Z. Okay. Um, Mind you, at this time, I did have a business that I started as well. It's called Purple Lavish. Um, and that is my LLC, y'all. That's mine. It's not even it's mine. Purple Lavish, okay. And so that I think that I started that in terms of finding a balance in work and home. I wasn't working, right? So I started this because I wanted to create an income. And I also wanted to help myself. And so when you're investing in your home, it's not so much about buying the aesthetics that you need around your house. It's about setting the atmosphere. And I think that most of us set the looks of things and not the feel of things. It doesn't matter how many things you buy if your house feels like a load of crap. It doesn't matter how many things you buy and how beautiful your home looks if you are buried under desperation, buried under hurt and pain. It does not matter. And so investing in your home sometimes means setting the tone that you need every day in order to feel the way you desire to feel daily. Okay. And finding balance in work and home means that we have all these duties with your job, but you have all these responsibilities at home as well. And then you need to be at home, be at peace, be at rest. Okay. And I think that people put being at home and being at rest in one jar, and it shouldn't be. You need to be able to be at home and handle your responsibilities at home, but you also need to exist in your own home and set the tone again. Okay. So with balancing those things, again, this is the rhythm, right? I'm going to work, or I'm making this income. I'm putting in these efforts because I need these tangible things, X, Y, and Z. But I desire these tangible things in place so that I can set the tone for X, Y, and Z. Everything is a rhythm, y'all. Just like we're all connected, what you're doing should be connected and rooted to something greater. Okay? Setting the atmosphere for your home and your life. If this is the place where you go to sleep and wake up every day, it should be. It should be. This is the place where you dwell. This is the place where you should be able to take your shoes off and put your feet up. Okay. Now, I do know that some homes, like my home at the time, or home, okay, places that we call home, have us walking on eggshells. Some of those places have us walking on eggshells. And sometimes finding a balance means leaving, because there was a time to mend and there's a time to tear down, right? Sometimes finding a balance means retreat. Sometimes finding a balance means getting rid of all the old things, all the cursed objects, okay? Things that carry energies that you don't want around you anymore, negative energy from negative people, people you no longer have in your life and you still have items from them, get rid of those things. You can purge your home. You can purge your insides as well. And I don't mean I don't mean vomiting. I mean that you can release the things that you hold on to that are holding you back and holding you down. Okay? So, investing in your home and finding a balance in your work and home life. Only you can really define what that means to you, but how do you want to feel in your own space? How do you want to feel in your own life? I had a woman, and I thank God for this encounter yesterday. I had a woman, a stranger, um, call out some pain that I was feeling. Call out some pain that I was feeling. And I thought it one of the things that she said I thought was really interesting because I've heard it before. And I don't know what to tell y'all because I don't know what to do about it. And I don't know if I want to change anything about it. But she was saying that even though I was very vague in what I shared, she said I shared a lot. So she heard what was said, although I didn't say it. And that matters, right? But again, if I'm carrying pain and I don't feel safe emotionally, and I don't feel safety and love, right? And I'm saying for you to identify what your things are, right? What your things are that you're feeling, because balancing work and home still comes to you. You take your ass to work, you bring your ass home. So let's deal with you, right? How do you feel? How you feel when you go to work? How do you feel when you come home? You feel this word pretentious is coming up. Do you feel pretentious? Do you feel cautious? Do you feel like it's a breath of fresh air? Are you happy to be there? Are you excited, or are you like me, prepared to walk on eggshells, prepared at any time for somebody to be who they are and mishandle me by being themselves and being prepared to say, okay, well, I know that this is probably going to happen because this is just who this person is. So now I'm going to caution myself and prepare myself to navigate that so that I'm not so. No, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that type of life, y'all. Listen, that is living in crisis mode. That ain't even in survival mode. Okay. That's like I came out of it, but like the weight of it. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I hope that this is helping y'all. I really do. Because like I said, I didn't know what direction God was going to take this in, but there's a song called When the War is Over by Johnny Swim. I keep mentioning them to you guys because right now in this season, the songs matter to me. But there's a song called When the War is Over. And she says on one part, it's a duo, a husband and wife team. And she says, when the war is over, don't send me a parade. I should be in silence. Disarm me of my ways. Right? And so in saying that, it's saying the weight of the crisis I just came through is still on me, and I'm still in crisis mode, like I gotta fix it. My nervous system is still up and loud, and I'm not going to react like I'm in a safe space because I don't feel safe. I'm not going to react, to these things over here that should be positive because they could not be positive because of my skepticism, because of my warrior wardrobe, because of what I had to become or put on to make it through. Now I have to balance that out. Now I have to disarm myself. Now I got to let these walls down, right? But you can't do that if you're still in the war zone, right? When the war is over, you go home, hopefully. Okay? When you're done with your time, you go home. Home should not be another war zone. And for too many of us, men and women, work and home are war zones. You want to work and you battling with your boss, you battling with your coworkers. You going to work and battling with your partner for going to work, for being at work, for cheating at work, right? Find a balance, because nobody really wants that. Some people do dwell in chaos. Some people live in chaos. Some people love chaos. But the reality of it is even in that chaos, they wish they had peace. They wish they had peace of mind. They wish they had a refreshing, a breath of fresh air. Okay. And so when you're investing in your home, y'all, home is wherever you are. Home is where you can rest, breathe, relax, cry, encourage, love. Okay. It's not just the place, it is you. Become the home you wish to have. Become the home you wish to have. And not only that, here I wrote, God is first. God is first. God is first. And so what I mean by that is, because this is business and Bible basics, y'all, you're going to get this Jesus. Okay. God is first, which means that love is first. God is love. And I don't care how pissed off I am with you, I'm going to try to treat you with love. Because no matter how pissed off I make God with me, I know I'm going to be handled with love and care. I know I am. And I try to think of that too when it comes to these kids too. When you get on my damn nerves, well, I get on God's damn nerves too. So what does that mean? What is love? If we're going to have God first, what does that mean? That means love is first. Love is required. Love is required. The actions of love. Well, Tara, what are the actions of love? The actions of love are the fruit of the Spirit. Patience, kindness, gentleness, goodness, long suffering. Couple other things. Check your Bible out. Look up the fruit of the Spirit in Galatians. And look back a little bit, a couple of verses, and see what's not the fruit of the Spirit. Okay? But what does love look like? What is love? We know, okay, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast. That's cute. That's true, right? But the actions of love look like the fruit of the Spirit. So putting God first in your life looks like I'm planting these seeds in my home, which is me. Home is where I am. Okay? I should feel at home no matter where I go, because home is where I am. Why? Because God is with me always. What does that mean? That means that I choose to operate in love always. I choose to know that by God I am loved always, and I have love to give always, right? So I'm going to I'm going to plant these seeds, right? Act in this fruit of the Spirit that God has given me. Okay? I'm going to act in patience, love, kindness, gentleness, goodness, right? Long suffering. There are others. I just can't think of them right now. Okay. A couple other fruit of the Spirit as well. Okay. And so that means when I go to work, I'm planting these seeds. No matter how they are, no matter how they behave or act or whatever, I'm going to plant these seeds. At home, I'm going to plant these seeds. And y'all, I don't say that to say that everything is all good wherever you go, because you could want to get down with some people at work and at home. Okay. You could do that because of the season you might be in, right? However, you get to control your atmosphere for yourself. You get to decide, how do I react to this? What options do I have? What me do I need to become? Right? What me do I need to become? That paradigm shift there in order to navigate this. And also, how the hell do I get out of it? If it's not good, how do I get out of this? Investing in your home and finding balance doesn't mean that everything is equal. It means that what's on my plate and in my heart makes sense to my life. That it makes sense. That I can carry this, and I can be happy about carrying this load. This load ain't so bad. It might be heavy. It might be more than other people can carry, but I got it. Like, I'm capable of handling this. I got this. I mean, yeah, people at work getting on my nerves. It's hard work. But Ecclesiastes 3 said what? Find satisfaction in the work of your hands. So, oh, I love my job. Oh, I love what I get to wake up and do every day. I get to do it, right? That's from Zig Ziglar's book. You get to. You don't have to get up and go to work. You get to go to work. Some people wish they could get up and go to work. Some people wish they could make the money you make it. You get to go do that. Be satisfied. Oh, I'm satisfied with the work of my hands. Look at my plate. Oh, I make good money. Thank you, God. I'm making money that sustains my family. Oh, great. You know, I can go get what I need. I can do what I need. And even if you don't have, that's about being a good steward over the small, the little, right? Or whatever. What I'm saying is that sometimes balance is not, that doesn't mean that everything's equal. Doesn't mean that everything is okay. It means that you do what you have to do to understand that there's a time and a season for everything, that you can use your crisis that you're going through or just went through to become who you want to become or need to become for the next level of life, for the next trial, for the next beautiful thing, for the next overflow as well. Set the tone in your heart, set the tone in your mind, set the tone in your atmosphere. Control what you can control. Like, all I could control in my house, in my own house, all I could control was the timing that my babies were on. Okay. How I cleaned my house, and my 5 minutes a day for me. I couldn't control what the husband was doing. I couldn't control how that affected me. It hurt. And having the 3 babies at home is a lot by itself too. So yes, our circumstances can be heavy. But like, again, those crises make you who you are. Those things shape you. Okay. And be careful what you pray for too. You start praying for patience, you're going to get tested to act in patience. Okay. So please understand that while I'm giving you a mouthful of things, of good things to use, of planting seeds and walking in this fruit, and God being first and God being love, and you acting in those things and finding that balance, please understand that none of it is easy, which is why crisis and balance, all these things, I guess, is why God put them together on this timesheet for you all. Because again, I definitely didn't choose how to put these timesheets together. I never do. And so understanding that there's a time and a season for everything, for every activity under the heavens, y'all. Understanding that you will come out of this. Understanding that, yeah, it's all good now, but I hope you're preparing for a famine, because the best part about being in the overflow season, a perennial stream season, the best part about it is that when a famine comes, when economics go bad, when a crisis happens, guess what? You're able to stay afloat because you stewarded what you had well. Okay? Because you stored up things. Amen. Oh, it's Richard. Hey, Richard. And so be mindful of that you steward well when you're in good season, and you have that overflow, because you never know when you're going to reach a crisis and have to pull from those seeds and have to keep going, as well. And just be mindful too that it's a rhythm, it's a dance, right? It's a rhythm, it's a dance. Identify the season that you're in so you know how to operate. Okay. And invest in your home. And I cannot stress enough that by your home, I mean invest in you, yourself, your internal emotional self. Do the work for healing. Do the work so that you can laugh again hard, heartily. I don't know how to say it. Okay. You want a hearty laugh. Do it again so that you can laugh freely and love freely. Okay. Remember to set the atmosphere for your own life. Okay. One of my best friends walked into the place that I live and said, "This is not you. This doesn't even feel like you." I said, it's not me, but it's my reality. It's my reality. So while I'm still present in and of myself, I'm not in my own space. I'm not in my own atmosphere. If you have to navigate a tough atmosphere or a tough life, as well, again, remember, like, lead with love, y'all, with everything. Lead with love. Remember that God has not forgotten you. God will not forget you. I don't care how long the season has been, and I can say that because this shit has been way too long for me. So I don't care what season you in. God will never leave you or forsake you. I can tell you that much. That people say there's always a ram in the bush, but the thing about it is that you can always shift your perspective on how you look at what you're in, what you're going through, what you're facing, and you can also always look to what you want it to be and keep moving in that direction. Okay? Invest in your home, find balance in your work, home, and all of that. Love you, love God. Don't forget your affirmations for this week, y'all. I'm expecting God's overflow of blessings in all areas of my life. I have everything I need and more for this day. I will come out of this battle with victory, and today will be a praise day. Yeah, I'm here every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on bfam1096.com, Facebook, and YouTube live for Tea Time with Tara, live and on air. I am your host, Tara M. Williams, the voice of faith, hope, love, and leadership. Here we believe you have a voice and it needs to be heard. Remember that everything you want to become, you already are. You just got to believe it and go after it, y'all. Get up and get after it. Stalkers do not quit when it's time to pursue your destiny, is what I'm saying. Okay, go after your destiny, your purpose, your identity in Christ, and the life that God has for you, because it's a good one. It's a good one. It's not going to be without hardship, but it is a good life. Okay. And something that's in my head right now to say is that life is short. Please live it well. I do hope you dance. I hope that you live while you're living. And I know I say that a lot on the show, but when you lose people and you keep losing people and you lose things in life and you have to let go of people that are even alive, y'all, life is short. Live while you are living and love while you have the capability to love. Okay? Until next time, I'll see y'all again on Monday. Bye.
I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making that down, but I won't lose ground. 'Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.
Every time it's on everything, the life you choosing, I'm cheddering. No matter the form of the weaponry, gotta keep stalking my destiny. Time's getting worse, I'm bettering. My sin is secure, ain't no tethering. I ain't gonna stop till I rest in peace and they put some heart on my grave lettering. Every time, I ain't lay back unless I'm in my 300. Circle is little, cause I keep it 100. Minus my issues, I'm so hard when I'm on it. 100% ain't enough, I get 200. Every time, no one I'ma run from. I'm that one opponent, you don't want none from. Manual van where my strength get pumped from. So what's the lie to a child of God? Standing toe to toe, no hot now. The Lord is with me, you can't fight the rock. I got the sauce, you want out of high. It's whatever. The destiny mine, I'ma stalk it out. The strength is having, you just bought it out. Your giant carcass, I'ma walk it out. You gon' be wishing that you wouldn't have called me out. Cause every time be on that throw down, let's get us a showdown. Come and get some, I got another door. I'm big as they is, so hard they go down. Since destiny something we can't change, but quitting will stop you from great gains. And faith will make capable great things. I done decided to break pain. Lives around and call me on my A game. So speed like the A train. The path that I'm stalking on, I gotta maintain. I'm on myself, I don't gang bang. When you want to get in my crown, then I'm down every time, not just now and then. Yeah, I heard you got your thousands, but me, yo, I got my 10,000s. God gave me dreams doing that, I would chest it.
I'm steady chasing, I'm staying focused on what I'm gonna be. I'm making that down, but I won't lose ground. 'Cause I'm still stuck in my destiny. I'm still stuck in my destiny.